The Earth, along with the solar system, came into existence about 4.5 billion years ago. It is believed that a massive gas cloud, or nebula, filled with gas and dust, gave birth to the Sun, and afterward, the remaining gas and dust particles formed the planets. It took billions more years for Earth to create an environment suitable for life. It's estimated that the first life on Earth emerged about 3.7 billion years ago, originating in the oceans. Over time, life adapted and migrated to land. This migration is thought to have happened about 1 billion years ago. Following that, over billions of years, various eras passed, during which animals and plants evolved on Earth. Throughout history, different animal species dominated the Earth, while some went extinct. It's believed that the origin of humans began between 5 and 7 million years ago. The oldest evidence of modern humans comes from a skeleton found in Morocco, dating back about 300,000 years. The existence of the solar system depends on the Sun. Currently, our Sun is in the middle of its life cycle as a star. However, nothing in the universe lasts forever, and scientists estimate that in about 5 billion years, the Sun will begin to die. As the Sun's demise starts, the destruction of Earth and all other planets will follow. In fact, that's when the scientific end of the world will begin. Scientists say that, as the world ends, many changes could occur. In this extraordinary video, we're preparing to share with you a host of fascinating details about 6 such events from the wonders of the world. Stay tuned until the end. It's worth it. Number 6. The Sun expands to Mars orbit. The Sun burns as a star, maintaining its stability through intense gravitational forces and the fusion of hydrogen into helium within its core. This is a somewhat complex topic in astrophysics. Over time, as the Sun's fuel runs out, its core will gradually collapse and it will begin drawing material from space to sustain its burning. This causes the outer layers to expand progressively. This is a simplified explanation of a highly complex process, and we must remind you of that repeatedly. The Sun's expansion will be so immense that it's said to stretch all the way to Mars's orbit, destroying planets in its path. This means that as the Sun grows, nearby planets like Mercury, Venus, and Earth will be consumed and destroyed. In scientific terms, this is described as being swallowed by the Sun. The Sun's diameter will become about 277 times that of Mercury, and 108 times the distance between Earth and the Sun. Simply put, compared to the Sun, these planets are tiny. So as the Sun expands, all the inner planets, those within the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, will be engulfed in its flames and destroyed. The first thing that happens when the world's end begins is the Sun's expansion. This event, marking the Sun's death, is expected to start in about 5 billion years, right before our very eyes. Scientists calculate that it will take about 2.5 billion more years for the Sun to expand fully into Earth's orbit. To be precise, they estimate there are about 7.5 billion years left until the world's end. Whether humans will be around to witness this is uncertain. One thing is sure though, once the Sun starts expanding, humans won't be able to survive on Earth. If we're to survive, it'll have to be on another world. Number 5. The collision of Andromeda and our Milky Way. During the world's end, according to scientists' calculations, about 4.5 billion years from now, the nearby Andromeda Galaxy and our Milky Way, home to Earth, will collide. While this could unfold over billions of years, the collision is expected to begin around the same time as the Sun's final stages. In astronomy, this isn't seen as a destructive crash, but as a merging event. Such collisions happen frequently across the universe, astronomers note. When these galaxies pass through each other, the chances of stars and other objects smashing into one another are slim, according to science. The gravitational forces and stellar systems within the galaxies are thought to counterbalance each other, allowing them to avoid direct collisions and reposition themselves. If humans survive that long, they might get to witness this breathtaking spectacle. Scientists are still speculating about what the sky beyond Earth might look like at that time. However, unless humans find new ways to survive by then, no one will be around to see it. There's no direct link between this event and the world's end, scientists say. Yet based on their timelines, both phenomena, the sun's end and the galactic collision, are predicted to occur around the same period. Number 4. Life could emerge on another planet wiped out by the sun's expansion. Scientists suggest that life could potentially arise on planets or moons farther from the sun, like Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune. Jupiter has 79 known moons, Saturn has 82, Neptune has 14, and Uranus has 27. Scientists believe that while these main planets may not support life, some of their moons might have environments suitable for it. Being far from the sun, these planets don't receive much sunlight and are extremely cold. Even with water, the lack of warmth makes life unlikely for humans. However, moons like Jupiter's Ganymede and Europa, which have liquid and solid ice, are seen as potential cradles for life. Scientists think that as the sun expands and provides more heat, these moons could develop habitable conditions. Similarly, Saturn's Enceladus, Jupiter's Callisto, and Ganymede are also identified as possible sites where life could emerge. Scientists further suggest that just as life arose on Earth, the sun's expansion could create the conditions for life to begin on these moons. Number 3. How will Earth change as the sun bids farewell? As the sun expands and gets closer to Earth, changes in its gravitational pull will affect our planet. Earth's stable elliptical orbit around the sun, driven primarily by solar gravity, will be disrupted. This means Earth's inhabitants will no longer be able to define a year as 365 days. The planet's rotation will also undoubtedly be impacted, making it impossible to measure a day as 24 hours. Some regions might experience daylight for more than 12 hours, or Earth's rotation could stop entirely due to gravitational forces acting on its core. If that happens, one side of Earth would face perpetual day, while the other would be in eternal night. Oceans and all water sources would also be affected. The water would become too hot to use normally. According to scientists, the oceans might start boiling like a steaming pot, leading to the gradual destruction of all life on Earth's surface and in its seas. However, natural selection could give rise to new bacteria or similar organisms adapted to this environment. Still, with the sun expanding toward Mars' orbit over the next 7.5 billion years, Earth will ultimately be destroyed anyway. Number 2. Who will be Earth's last animals? Humans currently dominate Earth, just as dinosaurs did 66 to 120 million years ago, reptiles 320 million years ago, and amphibians or trilobites 400 million years ago. Over time, life has evolved and transformed, leading to the human era we know today. But environmentalists warn that humans could eventually disappear. Scientists are already conducting experiments to prevent this fate, as you may have heard. They suggest that if humanity goes extinct, the next dominant species might be rats or cockroaches. However, as the sun's destruction begins and Earth's temperature rises, even these creatures would perish. Recently, though, scientists identified a microscopic species capable of surviving extreme conditions for a long time: tardigrades, also known as water bears. These creatures, resembling tiny bears, have been adapting for over 500 million years. They can survive without food or water for nearly 30 years and withstand temperatures as high as 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Fully grown, they're just 0.5 millimeters long. The highest recorded temperature on Earth so far is about 134 degrees Fahrenheit, so tardigrades are considered the most likely candidates to be the last living beings as the world ends. Number 1. Earth's inhabitants will seek another home. Astronomers are already preparing for this potential destruction billions of years from now. Institutions like NASA are focusing on building settlements on the Moon and Mars. Through current experiments, They aim to create a resilient human population capable of surviving for billions more years. The goal of these efforts is to enable humanity to migrate to a safe planet when the world ends. Today's experiments could turn sci-fi concepts like those in Star Wars, interplanetary travel and conflicts, into reality billions of years from now. It's hard to believe we're alone in the universe. There might be human-like beings somewhere else in the cosmos, and in billions of years, we could potentially communicate or meet them. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so now and share this video with someone else. We'll meet again soon with another video. Until then, stay with wonders of the world. Have a great day. Goodbye.